Hi everyone, it's Nat here. I'm making some mini envelopes tonight. I've been having fun making a few and I thought I would show you how I've been doing it. Firstly, I bought this die from Spotlight a couple of weeks ago. It's a Kaisercraft mini envelope die and it cuts out really nice little mini envelope shapes. So I've just used a whole lot of coffee dyed paper here, or tea dyed. Just to cut out some shapes. I usually stack them about 4 high and then run them through the big shot and cut out 4 at once, which is pretty cool. So I ink around the edges before I fold it together. Make sure I get the right dauber here. So this is just the walnut stone that I'm using, and I do all around the outside, what will be the outside of the envelope before I fold it up. Thought I'll just show you how I like put one together, and then I've got a few that I've already put together. I think I've inked some of them, most of them, and I just want to go ahead and embellish them a little bit. Nice simple embellishments as usual, as I'm still learning. And then I usually do the inside of the flap that's going to be the top flap that you lift up. Just like that. Hope everyone's doing well today. Had a busy couple of days the last few days. I've been helping out at a book sale. Yes, some of you will know that I picked up some National Geographics from there the other day that no one would buy for $2, a whole heap of them. So I've been going through them and seeing if there's good pictures that I can use. They weren't as good as I thought, which is a bit of a pity, but still something. Some bits and pieces I can get out for my glue book and stuff. So I think my mum's going to have a look through them as well. But they had trouble selling their encyclopedias, would you believe it? So their encyclopedias were going for $2 a set and no one bought them. So you know what my passage is full up with now? I think there's over 100 of them there. So I've got my work cut out in the next few weeks. There's some nice ones too. I think one of them dates back to the 50s, so that'll be fun to look through. So yeah, I've just gone along and folded all the edges and used my bone tool to just flatten them out nicely. So we'll be folding it up like this. I'll just press that down a bit more and it'll close like that. So just need a little bit of glue. Now what I like to do when I glue them is stick a little bit of my grease-proof paper on the inside just so I don't glue it to the inside. Just make sure my glue's coming out. Might need a bit of opening a bit more. Yep, there we go. A little bit down that side. Now I'll just dab this off because I've put a bit too much there. It's a bit better. I'll just leave that in there for a little bit, I think. Alright, so it makes this cute little envelope. I also like to go ahead and ink. I'll get a bit more ink on there. Now that you've folded it together, you go around and ink the folded sides. They're real cute. They're a real nice little size too, because you can fit your little journaling cards or something in there if you like. So yes, I've been making a whole heap of those. Now I've got a few, I'll just put that to the side. I've got a few here that I'd like to embellish. Firstly, I have this little one. Now I've been cutting pictures out of this. I think it was gifted to me by, I think it was Geo. I'm not 100% sure, but I received it in a happy mail and it's a page. It looks like a magazine page for Laura Ashley prints. So it's really handy. I love the little prints, and I had no idea what I was going to do with them, but they're a great size to cut out and use on these envelopes. So thought I'll give that a go today. So just ink this one. Hasn't been inked around these edges. So quickly do that. Now I think this one would be good with maybe some collaging underneath as well. And I might actually rip the edges a bit, make it look a bit more rough. Just a little bit of ripping here and there so it doesn't look so neat. I think that'll do. Down here a little bit because it's very neat down there. Now I will ink the edges of that one. So I hope you've all been getting some crafty time in. I haven't been getting enough in, and I apologise for my intermittent videos, but I've been trying to clean up my house and everything at the moment, and then I should be able to get stuck into it a bit more. Now I might do a bit of a collage underneath this one, so I've got my box here with all my bits and pieces. So I might grab out some music paper and some of this old brown paper. I reckon will look good with it. Just do a little collage. Rip some of this off. Something like that might look quite nice. Yeah, I quite like that. Just a little gap in between. Alright, so we'll just put some ink on these. I'll just rip them down a tiny bit more. So it fits nicely. That looks pretty good. Now I'll make this one a bit smaller. There we go. I like the way that looks. And now to find my dauber. There it is. A bit unorganised at the moment. The room looks like a bomb's hit it. I was getting it organised and I was dragging things out into my kitchen area and sorting through all my papers and that. So I had a whole lot of stuff out there. And the other day someone said they were coming to my house in half an hour. And I had a heart attack and I rushed home and I just threw everything into my craft room. So I've been spending most of today trying to fix up the mess I created when I did that. I'm sure that I'm not the only one that happens to. Well, I hope not anyway. But yes, must get everything organised. I think it's my papers mainly at the moment that need organisation. Right. So I'm just making a whole lot of random envelopes. I'm doing a few bird themed ones which I'll show you afterwards for my daughter's journal. It's always good to make a few extras while you're at it as well. But yeah, I really like the way that the little pictures out of the Laura Ashley catalogue page fit onto these envelopes, and it's something good to use it up. I've gutted a big book cover for my glue book now, so I'll have to show you when I start putting that together. I've been sourcing a whole lot of different pages, a lot of magazine pages and things that I want to cut out and stick into it, so get that organised soon. Love the look of just simple paper like that, just love it. I say that every time, don't I? But yeah, it's true. Actually, it looks like it'd be better. That looks like the right way. I think about in the middle looks good for that. It's amazing how a bit of tearing and inking makes these look a lot older and not so glossy. Put that on like that. So I like that, just like that. Really, really simple. You can always embellish it more, but I like things simple, so that's the first one. Okay, now I've got another one here I wanted to do. I think we'll do this one next. This one I've inked with blue. Put this one away. So this one I am making for my daughter's birdie journal. Got a few little bits that I thought might go quite nicely on it. Make sure I get all the right bits here. I don't think that was for that one. Alright, now, actually I think that's not for that one. Find the right birds. Got this one. Thinking of something like, now I've got a little stamp that I want to put on top of that. I think it was this one. Now this little faux stamp sort of thing I also used the Laura Ashley catalogue for, and I just used my edged scissors to cut the shape around it, and it fits really nicely just up in the corner like that. So I think we'll do that with that one. I'll just ink the stamp a little bit with some blue. This is a bit of a darker blue, but hopefully that won't matter. Just put a little bit on, and we'll edge around our little birdie. Now these birds too, there's a tiny little bird there, very fiddly. I got a whole lot of those out of the What Bird Is That book. If you see these, grab them, because you get heaps and heaps of plates of bird pictures. Real nice little sizes, and I cut them out with my craft knife. And they're really cool. So I've got 2 of these books now. Yeah, just heaps good pictures. Nice little ones. So I'll give him a little ink. I've had a nice day here today. I was able to get out in the garden. I've had garlic growing everywhere in my garden, so I've pulled it up and put it into my raised beds. It grows really good in my raised beds, so I was out doing that today and getting the bin full with all my clippings and that before it rains again tomorrow. Got all the washing out. I feel like I've actually achieved something for a change. Alright, now I might just cut this down just a little bit. A lovely blue lace, this one. Nice and shimmery. I don't want it to be too neat. Yeah, that looks alright like that. So I'll just put a tad of glue on that. Just a few dots here and there. I always have trouble sticking my lace down with the wet glue. I should probably use glue sticks. Some people seem to use it and it works alright for them. Just dab the excess off a bit. It's all stuck to my fingers. There. Now, I'll stick this little bit down. Now for that I might just put a bit down on the paper. I love just grabbing little bits of scrap and seeing what I can do with them before I go and cut up something big. Must get into cutting up some of my bigger, nicer things though, because I've been hoarding all my laces and ribbons and everything, which is a bit silly. I've got to start moving them, because when I buy more I have nowhere to put them. Alright. Put put him right there on top of the fabric. Put a little birdie just there. I like that. My daughter loves blue and she loves birds, so that'll be nice in her journal. Okay, now there's also this one I want to do. This one's going to be a bit different. Cut out this, it's sort of like a grass parrot or something. So I thought I'll use him. I don't think he'll go in my daughter's journal, but it'll be a little extra. And there's another one of the faux stamps. So I've got to ink this one up. Actually, it looks like this one hasn't even been stuck together. I've been a bit slack by the looks. So ink around the edges. And do the inside of this one. Alright, now. Always got to think of which edges I like to glue. Especially when I'm on camera because my brain doesn't function properly. Ink the outside edges. Still trying to get lots of ephemera going as usual. Good to have a lot to choose from. Alright, now this one I was thinking of putting this green. I love this green material. It's beautiful. Putting that down, sort of a grassy, olive grassy colour, and then putting a little birdie on top of that with a little faux stamp as well. So I'll put the material on first. At least the glue shouldn't show through this one too much. I have trouble with my glue showing through other materials. I'm learning how to sort of be a bit lighter, although it looks like it's showing through a little bit there. Hopefully it won't show through so much when it dries. We'll just put our bird over the top of it. Now, ink the bird. So I'll have to start going through all the encyclopedias soon. That'll be interesting. Thought it would be handy anyway just to put pages into people's happy mails. Didn't want them all going in the rubbish bin, which is where they were heading. Alright, forgot to ink the little stamp. Got my son here at the moment. His internet wasn't working very well, so he's come over to mine for a few days to use mine, as they do. So he's set up on my kitchen table. Now, which way do we want that? Don't think it really matters. Just there will do. Cut off these little bits that are sticking out. that. Something different. It's very cute. There's that one. Now, there's one more I want to do, which is this one. But I have to stick together as well. As you can see, I was really organised for this. Not. And I just realised I haven't inked, but that's alright because we can fix it up afterwards. Just get it stuck together. Bit of over gluing there. Alright, for this one, I think we will use aged mahogany. It's dark, isn't it? But I think it will go good with what I'm going to stick on here. The inside of the little flap. Go around these edges a little bit. Might be able to take that out now. Just run down there a bit. Not too bad. Alright. So for that one, I was thinking, I really like these. I don't know if they're roses. And got this. I think it's a kingfisher or something. And I love the way it looks. So I might do those. Just use the excess ink. Just go around the edge here. Hoping my batteries don't run out while I'm doing this. Now I'll stick the flowers on. Make sure I've got the envelope up the right way. I think I'll put them over that side, like that. Now, I'll just use some of my brown ink to go around the edges here. That's really sweet, actually. I might add some stamping or something sometime, we'll see, but for now I think I'll leave them like this and see how they go now. I'll show you all the ones I did the other day as well, but first I'll give you a close-up of that one. Got that one and a little green parrot. I really like that, actually, it's different. And this one. So that was today's lot, and then the other day I did this one, which still probably needs something else. I'm thinking a button or something on that, maybe some stamping. But yeah, all of these pictures are all out of that, out of this. So they look really nice done like that. It's that one with some ribbon and some fabric behind it. This one with some scrap fabric as well, a little faux stamp. They're all parrots because that's my one of my daughter's favourite birds. That one's just a little bit of ribbon and some tulle over the top. And this one, which is just two of the patterns. Ink over the top of it a bit just to get rid of the gloss as well. And this one, which I just love as is, I might still add some lace or buttons or something, but I really, really love that picture. So yes, that's what I've been up to today. Hope everyone's well, and I will see you again really soon, hopefully. Bye bye.